Hey guys, so this video is going to be my flawless foundation highlighting and contouring routine. So if you want to see how I do all of that, then continue to watch this video. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to start with is a primer. Usually I use the Becca backlight primer, but now I just got this, so I'm going to be using this. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It's supposed to be a primer and a moisturizer all in one. So we will see what that is like. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's kind of like runny a little bit. It reminds me of the Tarte water cream, like how it's thick and then it kind of thins out once it gets to your face, and it's very, I guess, smooth. It is moisturizing. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. So I'm just gonna add the primer on. And as you can see, I already did my brows to kind of try to save time. But usually what I do, but I wanted you guys to see me apply the primer, is I do apply the primer first and then I do my brows to kind of let the primer sit in a little bit. So, but I didn't do that this time, but usually that's what I do. For this video, I'm going to be using my Nars foundation. It's the All Day Luminous. So we're going to be using this one. Go in with my sponge, and I put the foundation on the back of my hand, and first I shake it up, and then I'm just going to, ooh, there's a hair on here or something on there. Dip into that and then pat it all over my face to add like little dots. You can just dot it on your face if you don't want to put it on the back of your hand, but this is what I like to do just because I feel like the sponge kind of takes away the excess amount of foundation that doesn't need to be on your face. So now I'm just going to blend this out. It's pretty easy. The concealer that I'm going to be using is the Anastasia concealer. I like this kind of color combination. I really like this concealer because it's very golden. This is in the shade 5.0, but it's very golden. Some of the concealers can be they'll just look too light on me because they don't have that golden or yellow undertone to them. So I like to try to find concealers for me that have that yellow undertone or that gold undertone. Like, see how that's very golden? I love it. And I try to bring it up a little bit on my nose on this side, not on like this part of my nose, not the bridge of my nose, but on the sides of it, just so it makes it easier when I contour, and my nose will look more chiseled. But I'm just going to put this on both sides in an upside down triangle kind of shape, just under my eyes. I don't go further than the high point of my cheek. That would go too far out. And then I just on the side of my nose a little bit, and then I bring it down. So that's what that looks like. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit on my chin and on my forehead. Just boop, 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 boop. And on my forehead, just like that. Just so it's even. Because if you just put it under your eyes, it's not gonna look even. So I'm gonna let that settle for a little bit. I'm also going to be doing a cream contour in this video as well, just to kind of give you guys the full of everything. So I like to let my concealer get a little bit tacky, just so it's not so movable, I guess, when I'm blending it, so it gets a little bit settled in before I do that. Okay, I'm gonna blend out this side. I'm just blending. If you don't use like a sponge to do this, I definitely suggest it. Make sure you wet it though. Like, you want it to be very damp. before you apply your makeup. Okay. And that side is done. Now we're gonna go to this side. I'm going to my cousin's birthday party today. So that is what I'm getting ready for right now. And we're gonna just blend it on the side of our nose. We're not gonna bring it up any further because that's gonna get too close to the bridge of our nose, but we're just gonna blend it out right there. And then just pat it out. See? Blend on the nose, and then blend on the chin, the forehead. And now we're gonna set this, and then we're going to go in and do our cream contour as this is setting. I'm using the Becca poreless or soft light blurring powder. I don't bake with this because it oxidizes when you do that, so I just press it into the skin. And I'm using my brush. It's a lot of, I don't want a lot on there at all because I do not want it to oxidize on me. I'm gonna go in one more time under my eyes to make sure everything is blended out to where I don't set any of the lines or anything under my eyes. The creases, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't want to set creasing under my eye. So I blend it out, look up, go in with the powder, and pat it in. And just do that again. Look up. You definitely want to make sure it's blended under there, because if it's creasing and you set that, that's not going anywhere. So make sure it's blended to where you don't set any of the creases. And I just use whatever is left over from my chin, nose, and my forehead. I don't dip it in it again after my eyes are set. Okay. And I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown foundation stick in 10.25. It's Cool Espresso. I'm going to use this to contour with. Or I guess brown's my face up. I'm only doing a little bit just because this is very creamy. So before I have put too much on here and it just was not gonna work out. So ever since then, I learned not to do a lot. If you do decide to do more than this, put less on one side, because once you do the one with the more on that side and you go over to the other one, it's gonna come out more product on that side. So say we do even amount on both sides, one of these sides are going to be thicker than the other one, just because you're transferring product from one side to the other. So I've learned to do less on one side and do the side that you do the more on first, just so it's even. And now the nose part, that's the hardest part to get even, but it's fine because we can blend it out if it's not. So just a little line, a little line. There we go. I'm gonna go in with this side. And I'm using a different side of my blender to blend it out with, because if I use the same side, it would come out lighter than what I want the color to be. I'll just blend that out. I put it in the hollows of my cheekbones. If you don't know where that is, you can make a kissy face. It's right there. For me, I start at the top of my ear and I go down, and that's how I know where to place it at. If you're, where's the brush? So say you put this at where your ear, this part of your ear, and you just bring that down. So if I'm putting it right there, that's where I want to contour at, is right here at the top of the brush line. That's how I learned, just because when I make the kissy face, my cheeks don't hollow out. So that's what I do. So that may work for you too, fun fact, or a fun tip, I guess. We're just blending. And then after this, we're going to set it with a powder. Always want to set a liquid, otherwise it's going to transfer, it's going to move, it's not going to last all day. So you definitely want to set it. Okay, the face is all blended out. That's what that's looking like. Okay, now for the nose. The powder that we're gonna go in with is the Becca bronzer in Maui Night. This is what this is looking like. It looks red on the camera. I thought it was gonna be too red for me as well, but when I actually used it, it was not. So, and this is a Tarte brush. It's double-sided. We're just setting that where we put that at, and I'm just using circular motions. See? And that's just gonna set everything in place. You want to put the place at where you just contoured or bronzed at. Difference between contouring and bronzing. Contouring is usually with a like gray tone or a, I don't want to call it ashy because it's not an ashy tone. It has more of like that gray undertone because it's supposed to look like a shadow. Bronzing makes you look more sun-kissed. It's going to be more warmer. So like this would be bronzing. But the color that I used before, this is Cool Espresso. So this would be contouring because it's a cool toned, not gray. It's cool toned. So bronzing is typically warm and contouring is typically cool. Another fun fact. Why am I mixing them? Because it's summer and because I don't have another contour stick that's not cool, so I'm using that one. And it doesn't look bad together either, so that's what I'm using. And we're just going in and I'm putting it on the sides of my nose, and that just makes our nose look more chiseled. I don't like to contour my nose a lot. It's just a total part of the balance thing again. I want everything to look balanced. And what else? I can set, if you're not going to contour, then you would go in with your powder. For me, I don't really go into a powder after the contour. But I use the Nars foundation. I do notice that it does set onto my fine lines around my mouth area. So I'm just going to set around there. And just try to help that out. But if you didn't want to contour, if you're not there yet, then you can just highlight. Or if you didn't want to highlight at all either, didn't want to put any concealer on, you can just do the foundation and then set it after that with the powder that's your shade. And highlighting time. Where's my, I'm going to highlight the high points of my cheekbones. I'm using the Anastasia Glow Kit today. Which one should I use? I think I'm gonna use this one, Sunray. Sunray looks pretty cute today. Yes. I have to say, this is one of my most golden highlighters that I have. Like this palette. Okay, I need to get my eyebrows done because my eyebrows are not wanting to cooperate with me today. Okay. And again, highlighting brings it forward. You want to glow. You want them to be able to see you in outer space. So that's what I just did. And I just put that on the high points of my cheekbones. And that's it for the face. That's my routine of what I do. I'm gonna go and do my eyes real quick. I'm gonna keep it simple. And then I will be right back. I'm using the Modern Renaissance palette today, by the way. I will be right back. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. That's basically how I do my foundation, concealer, highlighting, contouring, bronzing, like everything. That's how I do it. I hope you guys like this video. I didn't really do too much on my eyes just because I wanted to keep it on the skin. One thing that I haven't done yet though is setting. I always try to make sure that I set with some type of setting spray just to kind of just pull everything together when I'm done. Today I'm using the Hangover 3-in-1 replenishing primer and setting spray. It says that you're supposed to shake this. So that's definitely different than the Urban Decay. With the Urban Decay, like not as much comes out, so I wasn't expecting that. But I always set my makeup at the end, even if I'm just doing no eyeshadow, no lashes or anything. Still set my face just so it lasts longer. I feel like it just seals everything in and it just kind of blends everything together for me. But that is how I do all of it. So I hope you guys liked this video. I hope I helped you learn something, helped you in some type of way. Let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like and follow me on social media. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.